Just a really quick demo of the file upload support that I've just added in Fulcro version 3.0.10 to make it seamless to do file uploads in parallel with mutations so that things go together. Clean this up a bit. So the UI can look very, very simple. So here I've got a form, I've got a couple of file pickers. These can be multiple or single. And you can see over here in these input fields for like the avatar, I'm doing accept, and then I'm using the onChange event. The file upload support has this helper function that will convert an event into a list of files that can be uploaded. The support always assumes you can send multiple files, so it's always plural, even if you're just sending one. I'm going to throw that in component local state just to hold on to it because I'm kind of building up the form here, and I've already selected a couple of files. And then on my transaction, I'd like to have just a couple of mutations where I can pass parameters, and I can also attach uploads to those parameters so that those uploads go with this particular mutation. So I'd like this file, the me sitting JPEG, to go to save settings, and I'd like the apprenticeship guide to go to publish manifesto. I'd also like to be able to abort this in case it's slow, so I'm adding an abort ID to the parameters of transact. And I'd also like to watch progress. Progress is automatic. You just have to track it and put it into app state somewhere so you can see it. So I'm making a little progress bar here that's using the current progress of the save, and I'm just adding these to my query. So up here I've got a UI progress in my query. My ident is component ID settings, and I've thrown in the data fetch marker table. What I'm going to do is I'm going to in my mutation use the data fetch support marker support to just indicate that things are happening as a kind of a boolean. You don't have to do that. You could use your own flag, but you'll see here in just a second. So then the client mutation, all it has to have technically is remote true. All the rest of this stuff is about the progress. So there's nothing, none of that stuff is necessary for this file upload support. This extra stuff that I've added in here, you can see publish manifesto is just remote true. Is just to set the load marker and remove the load marker, or set the load marker to failed if there's a failure. And then the progress action, this is a section you can always specify in your mutations, and this will receive pings as the network progress happens, and you can just pull things like overall progress out of the environment to get a number here that you can throw into your state to then modify things. So it's a lot of little pieces, but the file upload part, remote true, is all you need. Now you do have to add middleware to your client. So in the client here, I've just added this wrap file upload to my secured REST middleware here, and then added that to the HTTP remote. So this middleware adds this support for attaching the files. And of course the same thing on the server. The middleware server middleware needs to add this wrap mutation file uploads just before API, but after, in this case, wrap defaults, where I've got keywordized multipart nested and URL encoded params all turned on in the normal ring middleware. I think multipart's the only one that's absolutely necessary for this to work. So you need to have multipart ring middleware here, API up here, this in the middle. Now you're going to see that when I submit this, I think I've covered all the bits of actual code. When I submit this, you're going to see a single post. Right, so there's the API. These other were the worker files for. That must have been a shadow update. But there's my one API post. You can see the transaction gets encoded in there, and the two files get added. And then over here on the server side mutations for settings. Need to do nothing more than just find the file uploads at the file upload namespace key files. And if you only expect one, then just do first, right? And there's your file. So you can see the result here. The manifesto came in, the avatar came in, just normal ring temporary files. And of course I also got my normal parameters merged together with those. So then, just to demo that the cancel works, I can drop my network speed down here in Chrome. hit save, we can see the progress going. I can hit cancel, and here, if I do that again, it's going. So, oh, I guess I should be a little quicker about hitting cancel. Oh. Save, cancel, and you see nothing happens on the server. And down here you can see that the network requests are being canceled. So that's it. File upload support.